Oh no, we've fallen into a distraction hole and we're going to be falling for a long time, so we might as well discuss some stuff. Hey guys, how you doing? Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Ah!
Ah! Mike, how are you doing? Ah!
I don't buy into this conceit.
God damn it. One job is to have imagination.
I have imagination. It's just if I try to imagine too much, I'm just going to start coughing everywhere.
Didn't have enough boobs.
You're just barely holding it together right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're going to be falling down for probably like the next 2 fucking hours?
Probably.
Like 30 minutes, really, probably.
So, yeah. Hey, guys. It's another distraction hole, the show that proves that you can't be working all the time, so you got to talk about what you distract yourself with. And we decided on an order before we started, and we're going to actually stick to it because I'm hosting today.
That's right, so I'll go first. No, wait.
Nope, it's Mike. We're putting the sickest guy first to lure out the predators.
Yeah, just, leave me behind and let the jaguars or whatever eat me.
Well, if we left you behind, you'd go last. We're putting you out front so they pick you off early.
That's what I'm saying, but you don't have to be fast. You don't have to outrun, a predator. You just have to outrun your buddy. Who's also being chased by said predator. So we're just delving right in, eh?
Yeah, we got nothing. I mean, we've got the Halloween episode that's probably out by now if you're listening to this.
Yep. All 2.5 hours of it.
Yeah, and we don't really have any announcements just yet, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, it's pretty much only thing I've done this week, other than watch, the normal shows. There was the season finale of Lower Decks, which was, fun. It's Lower Decks, so it's fun. Here, there was Loki. Was there Loki this week?
Yep, there was Loki. I'm going to be talking about that.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. But mostly what I did was I've actually watched one whole ass anime and a second season of an anime. So the first thing I watched this week was it's kind of fitting that Ginger's milling about me right now, is it's this little anime called My Roommate is a Cat. It's about a very, what would you call it, antisocial author who ends up picking up a stray cat. And, but the interesting conceit is that part of it is told from the cat's point of view. So you see what the cat's, thinking, and, and I think they do a pretty good job of showing how a cat would think if it thought like a person but still acted like a cat. Cat's very worried about his lack of eating. Thinks that everything can be fixed with food. But it's a very sweet and cute show. And the cat ends up changing the guy's life. Because he was, very isolated before.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that. If you like cats and, if you like anime.
Yeah, I think all three of us like cats and all three of us like anime, so.
Yeah.
Yep. I figure me and Dusty are going to watch that together.
And then, pretty much last night and today, I watched all of the second season of One Punch Man.
Oh, okay.
I need to do that.
Yeah, apparently I did not realize, I downloaded it a while back, but I did not realize it was 5 years between season 1 and season 2.
Yeah, it's a completely different production company too, isn't it?
I don't know.
They did switch to a different production company, from what I remember, and also they have some production issues with One Punch Man.
I guess it makes sense, but I only found that out when I was done with season 2. I was like, excuse me. I was like, okay, where's season 3? Oh, season 2 came out in 2019, and season 3 is nowhere to be found yet.
Yeah.
Now how did you like season 2 compared to season 1?
So it's been a while since I've seen season 1, but I enjoyed it. Saitama being as OP as he is, they definitely had to, and I'm sure this is following the manga, had to like occupy him, otherwise he would just solve every problem by punching it once.
Yeah, that's kind of his
as is
MO.
the conceit.
So he ends up in like a martial arts tournament for reasons, and everybody else has to fight things.
Have they ever truly explained why he is the One Punch Man,
Nope.
other than he just calisthenics?
They don't even touch that this season.
Wow.
Just he is what he is.
Yeah. It's funny. Like, see, I like the conceit of One Punch Man. The first season I really enjoyed. I didn't really so much enjoy the second one because I think the joke kind of ran its course. I feel like it would be better as a series of like movies, if that makes sense, instead of like an episodic sort of thing. I think they spend too much time for basically one joke.
Well, I like season 2 that it focused on other characters and.
Yeah, they weren't as interesting though.
Well, true. But,
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could play backseat producer. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter what I think. But
sure.
It just again like it's a very funny concept. But I think like doing entire seasons of it, especially because a lot of the supporting cast just isn't as interesting.
Oh yeah.
To me, yeah.
I need to finish the first season actually. So.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's pretty much all I've done. Like,
I
haven't really played any games.
So, like, you've been watching a bunch of anime. Do you have like a checklist you're running down? Are you trying to like find a record? Are you trying to hit a record this year? Or?
No, I'm just kind of in that mood. Like, it comes in waves.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm in an anime mood, and sometimes I just don't watch it for like 6 months.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean the same thing happens to me with certain stuff. Like when I talk about my thing, it's a thing that I haven't watched in like a couple of years. So it's, it's always interesting how we like kind of cycle in and out of stuff.
There's another anime.
Oh yeah.
I've just remembered another anime I watched this past. Oh. It's kind of cheesy. I wouldn't call it good, but I like space flight, so it kind of like.
Oh right.
I enjoyed it to an extent. It was a little too cheesecakey, fan servicey at times, but Rocket Girls definitely seems like it was a very low budget show from like the early 2000s, maybe like 2004 or 5, because it's only available in standard definition, so. Definitely a DVD release.
Okay, so that because you mentioned little fan servicey. So here's a question: what is the most cringe fan servicey anime that you could name that you've seen or that you're willing to name?
Can I name the one that pops into my head right off the bat? Plastic Little.
Yeah. I want to call that cringe, though.
Yeah, but it is like all boobs.
Yeah, it's look. The DVD for that when it came out said it had a jiggle meter or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna throw out Kandagawa Jet Girls.
I'm not familiar with that one.
So apparently they made like a PlayStation game, or like a PlayStation 3 game or something like that. But it is a jet ski combat anime.
Where
it's two girls on a jet ski. One controls the jet ski, one is the gunner, and they fire like weapons at each other, and if you get hit, your clothes come off.
It's a porn version of Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yes.
It's
but it's all
hackers.
Like jet ski. Yeah, it's side hackers, but with anime titty.
David, I just posted a picture of Plastic Little so you'll understand.
Yeah, it's incredibly cringe though, but also I found it really, really funny. But also like when I watched it, it wasn't because I was looking for anything like plot compelling. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, okay, yeah, plastic load. Okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about, Kevin.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and we can't like throw Golden Boy on the list because Golden Boy is just hilarious.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's too good to be considered cringe.
Yeah, no, it's actually well done with like a really interesting plot and compelling characters. And it's like, how is this good? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Like, we showed it to our friend Warren, and his comment after the very first episode is like, why have we not been watching this the whole time?
It's so good.
Yeah. For my answer, I can't think of any. Like, I've seen so many that none of them stand out anymore.
Okay.
And I can
try Kandagawa Jet Girls.
Okay. I can identify the cringy fan service, but it just kind of like washes over me. It's like, oh, whatever, because it's just there.
Yeah, and I also think like Mike has too good a taste in anime because it's always like, oh, we're gonna watch this, and yes, it's got some stuff in it, but like, this is way too good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and Rocket Girls does kind of come close to that, just because the quality of the show itself wasn't great.
Mm.
So I don't know. Okay, so Darling in the Franxx had some pretty gratuitous stuff, but it was also a pretty great show.
Okay, in the Franxx.
I've never heard of that.
Is this a sausage thing?
No, it's so put it to you this way. Okay, so it's kind of a mech anime, high school mech anime. But each mech has to be piloted by a boy and a girl.
Oh ho.
And the girl sits in the front. It's kind of fighter jet style.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl sits in the front, but she more of is up on all fours, and her suit literally has handles built into the hips for the guy to grab on.
Dude, fucking what now?
It's buck wild.
And what's it called again?
Darling in the Franxx with two X's. If you ever seen a girl with like kind of slender, a pink-haired girl with slender devil horns with long pink hair, she's from that.
I don't know that I have, but I have a feeling I need to see at least an episode.
Sounds like 20 characters there. Pink-haired girl with devil horns. Sounds like 20 different anime characters.
Yeah, Mike, you gotta point me to this.
But
yeah.
And so I will say it also like goes further than you would expect it to, because trying not to give away too much, but one of the high school kids gets pregnant.
Oh shit.
And like
Jesus
they
Christ.
deal with that.
She's teen pregnant.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So it went places in an anime I've never expected it to, even with being super fan servicey.
Wow, American High School, the mecha anime.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever seen High School DxD?
DX, is that High School of the Dead?
No.
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 High School of the Dead is super
different.
fan servicey though, and it's a shame the guy died.
What?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that?
No.
Though the reason there was no more High School of the Dead is because the mangaka died.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So High School DxD is like Angels and Demons, but it's set in a high school, and all of the it's about a big titty redhead who has her little demon hunting or her little angel hunting squad, but they're all based on like chess pieces.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've only watched like 6 episodes, but it was fun. But yeah, it's also one of those like. I mean, the clear appeal here is the frequent nudity.
Oh, what's the other one where like the girl's a demon? Like she's a devil. She has a little devil tail. That one's also pretty cringy. I can't remember the name of it though.
But that also sounds like 20 different.
I know that's a problem.
Again.
They're so fucking generic.
Fucking tropes, man.
I will say that like if you're looking for one that's like very kind of sweet, like it's like it's goofy and everything like that. But I will say, Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro.
Mm-hmm.
That one's
Yeah,
been
I
just a lot of fun,
still
man.
need to watch that. So
Yeah,
it's on my
I
list.
caught up. I mean, I caught up with all of the episodes and immediately just jumped into the manga, and I wait for the manga update like every Monday. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's very cute, very sweet. So I would suggest watching that. But again, it's also like the guy who created it started off doing like hardcore hentai. So
That's true with a lot of mangaka,
Yeah.
though. A lot of
Yeah,
them get
yeah.
started like that.
Well, it's because they all get started doing the dojins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So but yeah, so like there's little things like there are nods to some of his like previous body of work, but like he definitely orchestrates like situations where, oh no, this character is not wearing clothes, that sort of thing. It's still a lot of fun.
Oh no, Bear has no pants.
Like literally one of the characters is the art club president, and she's a nudist.
God damn.
Like that's her thing. She'll walk into the room and she's like completely nude, and she's like she thick, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no, that's cool, but also like technically you're in a room with underage people, so
Yeah.
it's wild, man. It's wild.
You know here's a bad thing. You know what my absolute favorite manga and anime are? Azumanga.
Oh, that's fun. I love Azumanga.
Yeah.
No, it's literally just one of my favorite things that's ever come out. It's just adorable. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just nice.
Yeah, if we're talking like wholesome stuff, yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you, man. It's
It might get me turned on to that, so.
Yeah, I remember Azumanga when it was it just started showing up in the US, and I was really enjoying it. I haven't watched it in forever. I need to go back and watch it. So.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Cool.
Any idea what you might be watching next, Mike? Got any other anime on your list coming up?
Let's see.
Can I make a recommendation?
Sure.
Okay. How much Lupin the Third have you seen?
Basically 0.
Okay. I'm gonna throw out. Have you ever seen any of the Lupin the Third movies at all?
Nope.
Okay. Go ahead and start with the movie The Castle of Cagliostro.
That's the one by Studio Ghibli, isn't it?
Yeah, Hayao Miyazaki directed that one.
Right.
That's like the wholesome Lupin, right? And then from there, start watching some of the second generation Lupin, and watch the dub version, because the dub version is excellent. And also one more, the CGI movie they did a couple years ago, Lupin the Third, the First.
I really want to see that.
It's really good. Like I bought that shit on YouTube. I loved it so much.
Like that's the one that I saw the trailer and I was like, this is how you fucking translate animation into CG.
Yeah. I think I think so. Lupin has this kind of like spectrum of like cringe to badass that fits the character. And there's like this kind of like little sweet spot where Lupin's a little bit of like a more accessible kind of character. Castle of Cagliostro is definitely one of those. It's probably the most tame Lupin's ever been. And then I'd put Lupin the Third, the First, up there with it. But if you want to see like Lupin at its like most like closest to the manga, the Lupin the Third fourth series set in Italy is very much, it looks like the style of Monkey Punch, and they really play up kind of the more lecherous aspects of Lupin and everything like that. Like there's so much fucking Lupin, so like if you get into it, there is an amazing amount of stuff you can watch. Yeah.
And like I think I said in one episode that the guy that played Rick Hunter in Robotech has been voicing Lupin since the beginning. So same voice actor today.
Yeah. And there's like for the second series, I think there's like something like close to 200 episodes. You don't have to watch all of them. You know, you can just look up the best ones and everything. Because that's the thing about Lupin; it's not super continuity heavy. But it kind of depends on the series. Like the more recent series tend to have more of an interconnected story, while like the first three series tend to be very episodic.
Mm.
So, yeah, I'll throw that out there. It's 1960s style spy shenanigans, thievery, and that sort of thing. It's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
Cool.
And then, yeah, I know that you were saying that you had some stuff on your list. I just wanted to throw that out there in case you...
Well, it's not a, like, ordered list. It's more of just things I eventually want to get around to watching.
Oh, okay.
Just when I get to them.
Okay. Well, all right, Mike. Thank you for that. So I guess maybe we can jump into what I've been up to.
Yes, let's.
All right. So, I'm very excited about this upcoming series of Doctor Who specials and the new series coming out. So, how much Doctor Who have you guys watched?
I am not a fan, so I have not really watched any.
Oh, okay. Is there a particular reason, or just...
I don't know. It's just... It hits a little too fast and loose.
Okay.
It doesn't stick to the science, I guess.
No, I mean... I'm fine with things that aren't super, science-y. It's just, I don't know, it's just something about it does not click with me.
And that's fair. That's fair. Like, we're going to be talking about Doctor Who for a little bit, so you'll have to endure, but...
Oh, boy.
How about you, Kevin?
Well, one of my earliest memories as a child was my sister and dad watching Pete Davidson's run.
Pete Davidson.
Peter Davidson, the Fifth Doctor.
Oh, the Fifth Doctor. Okay,
the one with the celery on his coat, dressed like a cricketer.
Yes.
Yeah, because I have burned into my memory the sound of the TARDIS and the phone booth, the TARDIS disappearing.
Yeah.
And beyond that, I went and I watched like some Tom Baker stuff, which I enjoyed some of, and then the new series, I was like, all right, this is where I can get in on the ground floor, and I watched all of it until about halfway through Capaldi's run.
Yeah.
I do want to add something though. So growing up, my dad was really into Doctor Who. Like it was, it was showed on a PBS station in Louisiana. I remember he had like a big like kind of companion book to it and stuff. So, I've known about Doctor Who for a long time. I just, never was into it.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's perfectly fair. Like, my experience with Doctor Who, like, my first experience with Doctor Who was a Doctor Who pinball machine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there was a little, like, burger stand next to a park I used to go to, and they had a Doctor Who pinball machine, and I was always intrigued, like, who are all these old guys? Which one is Doctor Who?
Now, I just remember this. The first thing I watched myself was the 96 TV movie when it aired.
Yeah.
Paul McGann.
Yeah. I like McGann. I guess he got to do a lot more.
Oh,
so
he is like the Big Finish Doctor.
Yeah. So with me, like, after I, and this was when I was a little kid, right? Eventually I was able to catch some, like, Doctor Who reruns and that sort of thing. A lot of the Fourth Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
But part of my reason for not watching much of it was, like, I have this kind of, like, completionist tendency.
Oh.
And there's so much of the old episodes that are just not available or hard to get a hold of.
Or lost.
Which is why when Eccleston showed up, and it was like kind of like a nice little soft reboot, That's when I got into Doctor Who. And then, like you, I watched up through about midway through the Capaldi era. And that's only because, like, I no longer had access to, like, BBC America or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just, and I don't typically download a lot of shows.
Right.
I don't have the hard drive space for it.
And I but, here's a problem with the modern Doctors. Like, well, I say that Capaldi and what's her name, Jodie Whittaker. I like them. I like them as actors. I didn't like the writing in the latter half of Capaldi, and I'm gonna bitch. They gave the show to Chris Chibnall.
Yeah.
And he wrote like some of the absolute worst episodes of modern Doctor Who, and somebody thought, hey, let's put that guy in charge.
Yeah, so like, I'm gonna start getting back into Doctor Who. Like, I'm definitely gonna start watching with the new Doctor. I like the look of him. I like the thing. I'm looking forward to watching David Tennant come back for those 3 specials, because I think like peak modern Who was David Tennant and
Donna.
Yeah. So that to me was like peak Doctor Who. That was when I was like the most involved with it. But no, I'm looking forward to it. So to kind of like reintroduce myself to things, I ended up watching the 50th anniversary special this week.
Dude, I did the exact same thing.
Right? It's so good. It's so good.
It really is. And also, John Hurt.
Yes. Now, here's the thing that pisses me off. We should have had an 80s series with John Hurt in it. We really should have. Imagine how fucking amazing that would have been.
Yeah, that would have been really nice. But, there wouldn't have really been a way to do it, so...
Yeah, I know, but like it's one of those missed opportunities, like, because John Hurt fits so well.
He did
as a doctor in that special, and even though he's like the war doctor, the doctor they don't talk about, the one with the darkest past, like it works for me.
Yeah.
I
was gonna say there's 2 things about him that I thought were great. Number one, in the script they hadn't cast him yet, like Moffat had him in mind when he wrote it, but the script literally just says, when the War Doctor shows up, it says, and the most famous actor in the world turns around. And 2, John Hurt did a lot of improv.
Yeah.
In that episode.
Like he gets it. Like in that episode, you could tell he fucking gets it. He's all in. And like it has, it has Matt Smith. Matt Smith was a great doctor.
Yes.
It has John Hurt. It has David Tennant. And it fucking has Tom Baker in it.
I love that because that also lays the groundwork for David Tennant coming back.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, I'm like going through and trying to like reacquaint myself. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm not going to be able to catch all of the old episodes. But thankfully, there is an obsessive amount of documenting of these episodes. So I found a YouTube channel where this guy is going through the entire season runs of each Doctor and kind of summarizing each arc. And I've been using that to kind of go through the first, I'm right now still only on the second Doctor. But I'm going to kind of catch up that way, and then I'll start watching, It's funny, like, I'll do 1,100 episodes of One Piece, but I just can't, like, do all that many Doctor Who episodes.
Well, I get that, but...
Yeah, but then again, I've seen most of the current series, so...
I will recommend, if you're going to watch, like, some of the old ones, one in particular I would check out is Spearhead from Space. That's the first John Pertwee episode. That's the third Doctor. It's unique because it's the first episode in color. There was a studio technician strike, so they had to shoot it on location on film, so it doesn't look like any other episode.
Yeah.
So the whole series of Spearhead from Space is really good.
Yeah, and what I want to do is eventually kind of the core arcs with the core monsters, of course. Like I want to watch the key Dalek arcs I want to watch the arcs that lead to each regeneration and everything like that. But
Genesis of the Daleks.
yeah,
Tom
and
Baker,
then,
one of the best.
And then, like, I noticed that, like, as we were getting into the Capaldi era, when Chinbull took over, like, I was starting to have some issues with the episodes. But I'm gonna go through them because I never got to see Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, and I'm very curious about, like, I've read about the continuity change.
Yeah, I
want to see how it works.
I like her.
Mm-hmm.
I hate every episode she's been in.
Oh man.
Because I tried. I really did try.
Mm-hmm.
But then I read about, like, the most recent big continuity shakeup, which is probably the same one you're talking about. And there's a lot of fans angry about it, and I'm not, actually.
Well, are we talking about the story element, or are we talking about how they're changing the season numbering?
Oh, not that. I'm talking about the story element. The the timeless child. Yeah.
Which I think is cool.
I think it's a great story, and it actually kind of harkens back to the idea of the Cartmel master plan in the original series. You're familiar with that?
Like, I've read a little bit about it, but I'm not super familiar.
Well, Cartmel was one of the writers, and his big idea was, hey, let's get some mystery back to the Doctor. So they started laying hints that he might not just be a Time Lord.
Okay.
And he had this whole crazy idea that, like, there were 3 founders of Time Lord Society. There was Rassilon, Omega, and the Other. And the Other, to get away from Rassilon, threw himself into what they called the birthing looms, which is an idea that has been thrown out completely. And basically, Time Lords don't fuck and are born. They come out of these birthing looms, and each major house has its own birthing loom, and the Doctor is a reincarnation of the Other, one of the founders of Time Lord Society. And of course, this is not canon, so...
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that I like about Doctor Who is, like, the constant changes to what's canon and what's not. Like, just fucking go for it.
Well, it's a time travel show.
Yeah, like, whatever you want to do, like, if you want the Doctor to be this something beyond a Time Lord, then go for it, you know? Just make sure the writing's there. But, no, the other thing is, like, a lot of the fans are upset that they're going from series to season starting on Disney Plus. But
it was seasons before the modern relaunch.
Yeah, and, you know, everybody mentions that, but, like, it's... Like, I get it. Like, if I'm trying to get someone into Doctor Who starting from this new series, I just want them to see, hey, season 1, and jump in from there instead of doing, like, season 40 or season 16 or whatever.
Well, the big reason is, you know who's carrying the international distribution for it?
Disney's doing in the U.S., but internationally it's BBC and Europe?
Yeah,
okay.
Everywhere except the UK and, like, Australia and and Canada.
Yeah.
Everywhere else it's Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And Disney's big thing was, if we're going to carry it, and we can't, and they also don't have the streaming rights to the back catalog.
Yeah.
That's all on Max. HBO has it.
My hope is that if Doctor Who takes off in the U.S. with this new generation, like it's already taken off, of course.
But, like, if it takes off again,
yeah, like if Disney sees some big numbers on Doctor Who, my hope is that, like, they negotiate and get the back catalog onto Disney Plus, and they can just do like classic era, millennium era, current era.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited. You know, I went back and I watched that 50th anniversary special. I'm like, you know what? This is why I love Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch some. Yeah, I'm gonna watch some other episodes, and definitely gonna jump in with the new specials coming out. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to all that. And I just think it's funny, both of us this week were like, you know, I better go back watch the 50th again. Mm-hmm. But I am going to say they're planning it to be a multi-series universe, you know. They're launching the Whoniverse.
Yeah, I'd heard something about that. I would love for them to bring back Torchwood.
Well, that's my thing. I'm like, everybody that I want to see a show about is either dead
Mm.
or problematic, because the guy that played Captain Jack is it's come out that he's been sexually doing
No.
stuff at conventions.
Man, I was like 5 feet away from that guy and like got to say hi to him, and he said to hi to me, and that
Oh
makes me
yeah,
sad now.
no, I know so many people that have had great experiences with him, and then there's people like, okay, I also know people that thought he was joking when he grabbed their ass.
Mm.
Like, I
Oh no.
personally know some people.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, Captain Jack. He ain't acting. He dances with everybody, whether they
Yeah,
want it or
well.
not.
Well, there's also these things that are in Doctor Who. Like I'm going through like the continuity of the first couple seasons, right? I want to see what happens with the Doctor's daughter or granddaughter,
Oh,
Susan.
oh God, yeah, no, because Susan has a whole line of regenerations in front of her.
Yeah, see, because I've
And-
never gotten into like the audiobooks and stuff.
Yeah.
So
And then you've got the Doctor's other daughter, Jenny.
yeah, the
From
one
David
that David Tennant married.
Okay, yeah,
I think.
okay. So the Doctor's daughter was played by Peter Davidson's daughter. She was the daughter of the Fifth Doctor, and she
Yeah.
played David Tennant's daughter, and now they're married.
Yeah, it's interesting to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm in it again. Like I haven't seen Doctor Who stuff in a couple of years, but like I feel like this is a good jumping on point. It's got me excited, which is I think the best thing for the franchise right now, especially because like I guess a lot of the fandom is at each other's throats over the recent series. So.
I wrote an article on WordPress one time that went viral about that, called Doctor Who and the Fires of Fandom. And it was basically a call for everybody to just shut the fuck up and watch your show.
Oh, dude, post that on the Patreon. I'd love to read it.
Oh, okay, I will. And
yeah, hell yeah, man.
My big problem was it was when Moffat took over. Everybody was bitching about Russell T Davies leading up to his leaving, going, "Oh, Moffat wrote some of the best episodes of New Who. This is gonna be so great." And then he took over. It's like, "Oh God, he sucks. I want Russell T Davies back." I'm like, "Fuck all of you," because it was the exact same people.
Yeah, well, right now everybody's excited Russell T Davies is coming back.
I am excited because I never had a problem with him to fucking begin with.
Yeah, no, of course. So here's the thing. Like when the new series premieres, how about we all watch like the first couple episodes and powwow? Because I'd be interested to hear what Mike has to say about it.
Yeah, Mike, would you watch a Doctor Who special with us? Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, because I would like to do more like targeted things, like, hey, we're all going to watch the same thing, and because we've talked about it before. I think like this new, and I'm not talking about the specials. I'm just talking about like let's go into the new Doctor's first couple of episodes and see how we think. Yeah. That way Mike is not like dealing with the baggage of like, okay, this is Tennant, but he's regenerated a second time. This is like, okay, this is the 15th guy. He's had 14 other forms, but we're starting here with him.
Yeah, and Mike knows the story.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to like narratively just kind of like the same way the Eccleston episodes worked. It was like, okay, this is his 10th form, or no, he was the 9th, right?
Who, Eccleston?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9th. Technically
so
10th
like,
if you don't count if you count the War Doctor, but
Right. So it's like, okay, here's a fresh start for the guy. He's had 8 past lives. They'll occasionally reference them, but going here on, this is like the guy. This is the new series. That's what I'm hoping. I think that's what I hope most about this new season, is that it feels like the Ninth Doctor, where it's just like it feels like a
fresh
good
start.
Solid, yeah. That's what's important to me. That it feels like a fresh start. So we'll see how that goes.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do like a Doctor Who special.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean that's what I had, and apparently you had it too, Kevin.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I had it. I knew I was going to jump in with you on this one, and now that we're done talking about that, I just want to welcome Mike back to the podcast.
Well, now that I'm back, I can say the previous. I racked my brain and did some Googling. Another cringy one I remember watching that was another like devil girl anime was To Love Ru.
Oh, I
Oh
know
my
that
god,
one.
I
I've
know
seen
that
that
name. Yes.
It is super like
one.
fan servicey.
Yeah. Also, what's really cringy are the incest animes, where it's like
Oh,
mainstream incest.
Oh
Like,
god,
it's
what
weird
was that
because it's
one,
like,
Mike? With the twins.
Onagai twins.
Yes. God.
there was one where it's like this guy who lives with his dad. His dad's a photographer. His dad leaves the house, and like his dad also adopts like two daughters, and the daughters stay with the son. But there's like a weird sexual tension, and I don't know the name of it, but it's super cringy.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Not very good.
Yeah.
I watched like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a lot of incest in anime.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Not interesting in the way that I like the way they think. It's just, why is that a thing? But anyway.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Anyway, Kevin, what have you been distracting yourself with as we're still falling down this distraction?
Oh, do we want to do that, or do we want to take a break first?
I say
You know what?
break.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Okay. All right, we'll be right back.
Hey, David, you know what makes our show great?
What's that, Kevin?
No ads. You know what would make it better?
What's that, Kevin?
Ads.
What if, and I'm just spitballing here, we do ads for independent creators at reasonable rates?
How reasonable?
Overly. How about $2 per episode pre-roll?
That is almost too reasonable.
Might as well go for it. Let's send everyone to the contact page for Supernatural Selection.
SupernaturalSelection.pod.com/contact?
Exactly. Just have them scroll down to the Advertise With Us section for more information.
That sounds great. Now let's record the ad.
Kevin,
Yes, David?
we just did. And we are back, and we're still fucking falling. So, Kevin, what have you been distracting yourself with?
Well, first off, let me go a little update on Baldur's Gate. I didn't get much of a chance to play it this week, but I did play it a little bit last night, and I had to stop because of what happened.
Uh-oh.
Like, all right, I managed to talk my way into the Goblin camp, which is really fucking amusing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because the goblin, and I was using mind control using the tadpole in my head at first, but then I realized I've got high charisma. I'm just going to talk my way into this. So I get in, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, no, you're cool. Come on in, have a good time, woo!" And like, I have literally talked my way out of every fight in that thing so far.
Oh, that's great.
And then I found this dude. And he is the high priest of a of a pain goddess.
Oh boy.
And he's wearing like, okay, let's not mince words. It's a Cenobite, basically.
Yeah.
He's a D&D version of a Cenobite. And through passing charisma checks, I stopped because I'm about to get sexually spanked to appease a pain goddess. And I was like, I can't deal with this tonight.
You need to be prepared. You need to light a couple candles.
I got to treat myself right. I have to buy myself a dinner or something, even if it's just like lean cuisine. I got to get prepped mentally for this because this is not what I was expecting at all.
You're playing the world's most fuckable protagonist, apparently.
I am playing. Okay, I have played some visual novels, and this is still the horniest game I have ever played in my life.
Well,
it is a bug.
Yeah.
Well, with your companions, it's a bug. With this guy, He just is.
Yeah,
This guy is as written.
but the companions are adding to the total horniness you're experiencing.
This is true. And it is in fact how fuckable my character is, because they patched it.
Uh-huh.
They patched it. You actually have to work harder to score with everyone, and they patched it before I started playing.
I thought they
I
did
did
because
too.
of fan.
I did too.
Backlash.
They patched it. Not as hard as they were going to patch it, but everybody's still trying to fuck my dude. And I'm like, apparently Terry is just badass.
He's a fuck boy.
He's a fuckman, sir.
No, fuck boy.
He's like Byron.
He's not experienced enough to be a fuck man.
Okay, not yet.
He's a
But
fuck boy.
Yeah,
fuck
after the
boy.
Cenobite, he will be.
yes,
Yeah. The fuck boy. The Cenobite will turn you from a fuck boy to a fuck man.
This is reminding me of that. These pipes are clean from Cabin Boy. I when I return, I shall be a cabin man.
I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah. So, besides that, I wanted to talk about. Here's the deal. Last week I talked about something I really enjoyed, Baldur's Gate. So I figured this week I'm gonna talk about something else I really enjoy. Loki.
Okay, well, number one, like, the conceit of the show is what you distract yourself with, and, like, it's stuff that you probably like, right?
Well, not me. Not always.
No, that's
There's
fair.
a lot of
That's
stuff
fair.
I
You are
talk, I
wired
talk about
differently.
where I hate. Nothing specific. I just hate. I'm not Patton Oswalt in that. Where he is texting his wife and he typed I, it autofilled hate, and he accidentally sent that to his wife. So the text read like, I love you, I hate. So that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Loki. All right, I am suffering from severe MCU burnout. All right, I have been for a little while now. If you're a regular listener to the Distraction Hole, you are aware of this. There are many of the movies where I'm like, all right, it happened. Loki, I am legit enjoying. I love this version of Loki. There is never a time I'm going to be angry that Owen Wilson is now in the MCU as Mobius M. Mobius. I mean, it's just a fun show. I love the characters, love the character development, love the TVA, the style of the TVA. I want that automat. And it also gave a short round as Ouroboros.
Yeah. No,
And
it's been great, man. It's like, this is the most excited I've been for a Marvel project since probably Shang-Chi. For me.
Yeah.
Like I've not had issues with any of them, but the phase 4, I guess that's what we're in right now, like, hasn't had a lot of highlights for me.
No. Hasn't had a lot for me either. Of course, I also I didn't like Shang-Chi.
Yeah, well, I mean, not everybody's perfect, so.
Yeah, bite me. But the point is, I'm really enjoying this show. Now, I will say something that I got a huge kick out of. Gentlemen, I'm going to post something in host chat, and I think I showed this to Mike. You guys are familiar with what you know what Mobius looks like in the show.
Yeah.
All right. So the character of Mobius in the comics was based on Marvel writer Mark Grunwald, longtime writer for the company and their chief continuity officer.
Yeah.
So in the bullpen, he was a guy where if there was a question of continuity, hey, can I have Thor do this? He'd be like, no, you can't do that. It contradicts issue 98 from volume 1. You can't do that. So when they had a time cop in the Marvel Comics, they based Mobius on Mark Grunwald.
Yeah.
Visually and in, job description. So now he's in the MCU, and they've got a very specific look going for him. And David, in host chat, I've just posted a picture of Mark Grunwald.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
would like for you to take a look.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now.
Yep, that is Mobius.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know, and I really got to hand it to them for the casting on Loki, because if you would have told me that like Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson would have been the best like buddy cop pairing since like Danny Glover and Mel Gibson, I would have been like, bullshit.
That's very true. They work really well together.
Yeah, it's because like, again, like Hiddleston's very kind of like proper British sort of sounding, but then you got Owen Wilson, who's just kind of got this like, yeah, he's
just kind of like a American that you'd expect to be drinking Bud Light on his porch.
He's an all shucks kind of character.
Yeah. Just the way that they're writing the characters too, it works so very well. Like, one of my favorite bits this season was in that first episode where OB was like, no, I mean, if you spend too much time out there, your skin's going to come off. And there's just this moment where Mobius is like writing skin in the dust on a computer.
Yes. I really got a kick out of that moment.
Yeah, like I still think about that moment occasionally. I don't know why it's so funny to me, but it just is.
Yeah. And in the most recent episode, I don't think anyone is really shocked by what Mobius was doing on the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still haven't seen it yet, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Remember? I still haven't gotten around to it. I'll probably watch it tonight.
All right. Well, we'll dang it. All right. We'll leave that off. But
yeah, anything, general concepts, but anything super spoilery.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to tell you any of that stuff.
Yeah. But, you're gonna enjoy it though. There's like, Mobius just kind of clicks, like who he is.
Yeah.
The only real surprise for me was what's his name?
The receptionist dude.
Yeah.
The voice of Rutherford from Lower Decks. Yes.
Yeah. His character's origins caught me by surprise, but everybody else, it's
shit! I didn't realize that's who that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Rutherford.
I know him as Pillboy from The Good Place.
I've never seen the actor.
Oh, okay. Oh, The Good Place is really good. He played a bit character called Pillboy, literally a dude who just distributes drugs in Jacksonville, Florida.
Of course, it's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Eugene
Cordero. Yeah.
I didn't realize he was Pillboy too.
Yeah.
Mike has seen everything so far that he's been in, apparently.
Yeah, he. I know him from. I first heard about him in Comedy Bang Bang, because I used to listen to that podcast a lot, and he was a pretty frequent guest on there. He's a funny guy, man. He's really funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I like everything about this most recent episode, but going further back so Mike doesn't get spoiled. I don't know. I like that Owen Wilson's character stuck up for Loki. That was really important for me.
Yeah.
That was a big deal, and it paid off.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I think Loki, if I were to call any character the main character of Marvel, for a while I would have said it was Captain America, but I think now it's Loki. Everything,
as the main character.
Yeah, the main character of I guess the current storyline, as it were.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess maybe Iron Man was the main character of the first storyline. But yeah, here's the thing: that I like best about Loki and why it's working so well for me. There are fucking consequences to all this multiverse shit going on. Especially the ending. I'm not spoiling anything, but the ending to this, or there's a moment in this most recent episode that gave me Avengers the Eternity War, whatever it was, the first Infinity War, yeah. The ending of Infinity War, that kind of dread that you feel, I felt that.
I agree.
This recent Loki episode, it felt significant.
Yes, I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Also, can we talk about Sylvie working in the McDonald's in the 70s?
It's like it's cute. It's like a corporate sponsor thing, but like
But it works
yeah,
for this case.
Look,
yeah.
there was pictures of my mom working in a McDonald's in about the same time frame. And it definitely, I seen pictures of my mom in basically that same uniform.
You know,
Oh, that's funny.
my mom when she had me she worked at a McDonald's, and she was like a birthday manager for the McDonald's, because apparently like people used to throw their fucking
Wow.
birthdays at McDonald's.
Yeah.
She used to dress
Yeah,
as the
haven't
fucking
you ever seen
Hamburglar.
Mac and Me?
Oh yeah, I just again like this is
That
for
whole
the
musical
youngsters.
numbers.
This is for the youngsters who don't realize.
Okay,
this.
that's fair. That's fair.
Because McDonald's
But-
used to be like a major.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she used to also dress as the Hamburglar, and I guess like she.
Oh
would,
my god.
But I guess like it freaked me out as a baby, like because I would cry whenever she showed up in like the Hamburglar outfit.
I could understand that.
But
Yeah,
but
back
yeah,
when McDonald's was like an actual restaurant.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like the McDonald's that we see in Loki, it's a big deal at the time. It's not just like a fast food place.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, man. Interesting times. Interesting times.
Interesting indeed. I don't know. I can't put enough praise on Loki because it's the one shining point in the MCU for me right now. That's keeping me invested long enough to like see what they've got coming. Because
Like-
it like the Marvels.
I'm gonna go see it. I like Captain Marvel.
I'll see it, but I don't think I'm gonna go see it.
My thing is, I wish they would have given her like an actual like sequel where it's Captain Marvel. I just don't know how I feel about them like throwing in Miss Marvel and
Monica Rambeau.
yeah. I kind of wish she just got her own little movie. But the fact that they turned it into the Marvels, which I'm sure it's gonna be fine. And again,
Well, I mean,
like
I remember seeing.
yeah.
I was gonna say I remember seeing like the Marvels like on the upcoming thing for a long time. So I think even as way back before Miss Marvel was really released,
Yeah,
they had the Marvels. So it was a long time coming.
Yeah, again, like, I've not had really any issues with any of the MCU stuff. Like, obviously, the weakest one for me was Secret Invasion. Like, I had fun with it, but there's also, like, man, that was a missed opportunity. I think Secret Invasion should have been a Captain Marvel movie.
I don't know.
I'm throwing that out there, but, like, it's just... Like I get what you're saying about like the kind of MCU, just like nothing really landing. Because yeah, I mean I feel it too. I it's not enough for me to like skip anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think it's just too diluted. Like they're just flinging their stuff out there, and it's just too much.
Well, and then again, like the other thing is with like the first three phases. Well, more particularly like the phase 2 and phase 3, where it felt like they were building to something, and like every project felt like a step towards something larger, and everything now just feels so disconnected, and that's partially because it's a multiverse. All this stuff is, has its own stuff, but also like,
and
I don't know, like is the way to fix it to have Loki show up in every movie and just start recruiting people?
I don't know. No, I think the only thing they can do that's gonna fix anything is introduce NFL Super Pro. You fucking cowards! I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Loki works because I fucking feel like there's stakes. That's also the reason why I like Shang-Chi, because that whole thing with the 10 rings, and like it sent out a signal. Like that's a good fucking hook. Like so,
I guess.
Yeah,
I
don't know, man.
We haven't seen anything from it since then.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem, is like we're not getting those. Like again, there's a giant fucking stone hand and head in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean,
And no one talks about it.
Yeah, we've not had a single movie yet that's dealt with the repercussions of that.
They didn't even mention it in Ms. Marvel. There is literally no consequence.
I think every Marvel property since that happened should have had like a TV somewhere saying, in day like 375, the big hand's still there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or they should like be building hotels on it or something.
Mm-hmm. Or even
visit.
Somebody's staying on the thumb.
Or make it like a plot point for one of the movies. Like I know that Wakanda Forever was dealing with vibranium, or not vibranium. Like what if the giant hand was made of vibranium and it's Wakanda and Namor's country going after, and then you got the whole international response trying to claim that giant celestial body or something. You know what I mean? It's like you can integrate this stuff in and. I don't know. It's frustrating, man. It is frustrating.
I still think, like, out of all the movies I've heard about, like, I know they're doing Captain America Brave New World. I'm like, okay, good. Give him a better costume. Mm-hmm. But, like, I'm actually kind of looking forward to Armor Wars.
Yeah. That was originally supposed to be a miniseries.
Yeah, now it's a movie, and it's Rhodey, and it's dealing with, and this is what I like, it's dealing with the consequences of the fucking existence of Tony Stark and him being gone.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Ironheart, because I thought the character was cool. I think they kind of shoehorned her into the story of Wakanda Forever, but like...
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
But having her work with Rhodey, and Rhodey kind of like mentoring her, seems like that would be a really cool... thing.
Yeah. And I would actually like it if that kid from Iron Man 3 was in it.
Yeah, he was cool. Like I would like him to show up as a character again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yep, Loki, good shit. Keep it coming. Season finale couple days from now. From when we're recording, so man.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not looking forward to it being over, but I'm looking forward to the season finale.
Yeah. Here's the other thing is, like, I'm wondering if we're going to get a Deadpool tease. Because of what Deadpool is going to be dealing with.
I've heard that, and I'm curious.
I would be very excited if we end up getting Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, just like in a little weird-ass cameo with Mobius.
Like just him... Yeah, just him in the TVA, like, hello.
Mm-hmm. Like he comes out of a time door. He's like cut in half. He's like, oh yeah, I'll just be a minute.
That would be funny. Yes.
Yeah. All right, but Loki, man, good stuff.
Yeah. Good show. And Lower Decks, also really good stuff this season.
Yeah, maybe we could talk about that one next week. With because have we all caught up with it?
Yeah.
Well, I have.
Okay, yeah, I have too. Okay, yeah, no, so we're...
Yeah. I'm just going to say that Trek culture needs to, like, fucking calm down bitching about Mariner.
Yeah, I haven't watched the recent episode. Like, I'll tell you what killed me in this season finale was the Locarno and Tom Paris joke.
Oh,
yes.
God, I'm so glad they actually hung a lantern on that shit, man.
I just don't see it.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
God, he looks just like him.
Yep.
And then the paywalled Genesis device.
Yes. Yes, fucking Ferengi. And I was also going to say, I hated it, but I also really liked the callback to the whole Twain negotiations. It was a very good callback.
Yeah, like they did a good job, like tying in different gags from the entire season. Like the story felt less connected this season because it was literally just like occasionally you would have a crew of like lower decks people from a different ship, and they'd show up and disappear.
But it started being mentioned in the main stories more, and by the time it became the plot, it made sense. It had been building up.
That's fair.
To it.
That's fair. I probably should rewatch the season like all in one go instead of week to week to get a better feel for like how the story is structured. But no, you got a point. You got a point.
Yep. And somebody did point out that Locarno's ship shaped like an agonizer from the mirror universe from the original Star Trek.
Oh man, just some of
It's like,
the little gags that they are able to fit into this show, man. I love
there's
it.
so many fucking deep Trinars. I mean, oh my god, that show.
Yeah.
Well, that's mine. That's my distraction.
Oh no, that's
What are
great.
what are we falling into now?
Well, how about we deal with some questions? 'Cause we do
Okay.
have a couple of questions.
So,
Let's see. I've got one, and I think you have one, Kevin.
Yeah, I'll do the one from Ghost Forge.
Okay.
And Ghost Forge, again, thank you for the question, says, David, and I guess Kevin and Mike. I'm like, motherfucker. Have you ever heard of an anime called Aldnoah Zero?
No.
And that it's essentially those super wish fulfillment isekai anime, but instead of isekai genre, it's Gundam.
So,
That sounds familiar. How do you spell that?
Aldnoah 0. But he says the writing is honestly pretty not stellar, but it's a great turn your brain off series.
my inherent issue with this, like I've not heard it. I've not heard of it. I've not seen it. But like, why would anyone want to be isekai'd into the setting of Mobile Suit Gundam? Like, the robots are cool. Just put them outside of the Gundam setting, because the Gundam setting is,
Oh yeah, it's fucking bleak.
Yes. Like I watched Gundam Thunderbolt, and that might be one of the most depressing series I have ever watched.
Jesus.
Yeah, like, have you ever seen Thunderbolt?
No.
So,
But I know about how fucking morbid Gundam can get.
Oh yeah, well, Thunderbolt has a entire. This is with the Xeon faction. This is during that first century war or whatever, right?
Is this in the century timeline or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Xeons have these soldiers they call, like, basically the living dead, where it's just a bunch of, like, people who have been turned paraplegic to better fly Zaku's.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so, like, the
And
guy,
those are-
like, loses his arms and his legs. It's, oh boy.
Fuck off. Good God. No, why would you go to that if you had a choice?
Yeah, so I that
God,
being
put
said,
me in Ranma or something.
giant robots are cool as fuck. Just, like, don't put me in the Gundam
But
setting.
see,
Put me
that's
in,
always
no,
a
put me in
military
G Gundam.
hellscape.
Put me in G Gundam where it's robot wrestling.
Yeah.
There you go.
God, put me in Ranma or fucking Tenchi or something. Not that. God.
Oh, let's go to
Fuck.
Evangelion.
No!
Yeah. No.
That's a terrible idea.
But Mike, you were asking about the spelling. Are you familiar with it at all?
That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the trailer, and I'm not seeing anything that looks familiar. But some of this, I don't know.
I'm going to look it up, see if I recognize anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up, and I'll see if I can catch a couple episodes, see what I think. Like, because again,
it's
like, I'm a
generic
sucker
and-
for isekai.
It's generic enough that I think I might have seen it, but also could have just seen other things that look like it.
Okay. Yeah, because most of the
Yeah.
isekai that I've watched has been all, like, fantasy stuff, because that's the majority of it from what I've seen is, like, I've entered another world, and the world is fantasy-based.
I'm now a snack machine. Yeah, no, it's...
I'm going to farm and bang people.
Okay, apparently it's not literally Gundam.
Okay.
It's just Gundam-esque.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's some hyper military, robots.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like, any setting with eternal robot wars just seems like a bad time.
But it's an alternate Earth where apparently I was looking at the Wikipedia. Apparently, they found alien technology on the moon in the Apollo program.
Okay.
Now,
Interesting.
Now, did you
Wait,
gentlemen...
that was a plot of a Transformers movie, goddammit.
Well, this came out, a while back, so who knows?
I'm thinking of one, like, okay, so we're all familiar with Tenchi, right?
Oh, of course.
So, did you ever see Dual Parallel Trouble Adventure?
Is that the one where it's his brother?
I don't know if it's his brother, but it's from the Tenchi people. But it's an anime where like the first scene creates two timelines. One timeline where giant robots exist, another timeline where they don't, and then the protagonist is from the timeline where they don't. But because his birth was determined by them not recovering this technology, he is able to see into the other timeline. He ends up going into it, and it's kind of like a weird, like internally based isekai. Like instead of just it's weird. It's weird. It's good. Like it was an anime I was obsessed with for a while. But it's basically like Tenchi with giant robots. Like just again like split, and that's the key thing is like the first scene sets up the split between a setting where they recover this artifact and they get giant robots. They don't recover the artifact, and then this guy gets born.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, it's good. Like if you get a chance to look it up,
check that out.
Yeah, the opening theme's a banger. I still like hum it occasionally.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of anime have really good theme songs.
Yeah. So, all right.
Okay.
Do we have any other
we
thoughts
hadn't
on
heard
that?
of it. We heard of it now.
Okay. All right. Well, I do have a
I have
question
heard
here.
of it, but I've not seen it. I don't think.
Okay. All right. Well, I do have a question here. This is
Okay.
from Cat Comic Studios, also known as Gage. Not your Gage. This is my Gage.
Yes.
And Gage asks, how do I convince myself to dive into an entirely new medium of artistic creation, video games / visual novels, when I have limited to no expertise in it, or the skills I've developed are at best tangentially related? There's just so much I'd have to get the hang of for it. So, yeah, like you want to learn a new thing. How do you get into that?
Well, you do some research, or like with comics, I just started, and I'm pretty sure, Gage, you probably did the same with your comics. You probably just started doing it, so I would recommend you just find the tools you need, do some looking into how to do it, the technical parts of it, and then just do it and fuck up and fix it and fuck up again and keep fixing it, and you'll get there. Suck until you don't.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's it. Like, when I started comics, like, I used to draw little pictures, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try doing comics. I'm not... again, it's getting started. Even if the results aren't great, like, the people who matter aren't going to judge you for failing.
Right.
And the people who will judge you for failing don't matter.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, start off small. Like, if you're going to do a visual novel, do a very, very simple visual novel. Start off very simple. Get the hang of how it works. Get the hang of, like, the thought process behind it. And do something small. Put it out there. See what people think. And then grow your ambition on the next one.
Yep. That's it. That's all you do.
I would say it's always worth doing something new, even if you might not be great at it, but it's still worth like trying new things.
Oh yeah.
Learning new things.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. So, yeah, I think that's it for questions. Do we want to do birthdays?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So we've got a number of birthdays today. This is November 5th for me. When we're recording. So, let's see. And I'm going to stick with names that we know. Although it's always fun when I throw out a name and then you guys don't know it.
Right.
Okay. So, first on the list is Sam Shepard.
Let me tell you about the dude.
So, Sam Shepard, I know him best from The Right Stuff, where he played Chuck Yeager.
I know him from fucking everything. He was in Ang Lee's The Hulk. He's the cowboy from The Dude. He was in Ghost Rider. I mean, what hasn't he been in?
No, that's not the...
Oh, wait, no, I am thinking of the wrong dude. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
No,
now I have to look up Sam Shepard because I'm confused.
yeah, like he's been in a lot of stuff. He died in like 2017, but he
Shit.
like,
oh.
yeah, him.
No, you're thinking of fuck. I can't remember his name.
Sam Elliott.
Sam
Yeah.
Elliott. Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah. But yeah, like I love The Right Stuff. That's one of like my favorite movies. So but yeah, okay, so Sam Shepard was born today. Famke Janssen.
Wait, who's that?
Famke Janssen.
Oh.
Jean
Grey herself.
Xenia Onatopp.
Yeah, I was going to say, she was a Bond girl as well.
Tilda Swinton.
Oh, hey, awesome.
Talk about another human fae. Right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
She is definitely not human.
She's otherworldly in like a really cool way. Sam Rockwell.
Oh, hey, I love me some Sam Rockwell.
Hell yeah, yeah. We got some pretty big names on this one.
Yeah.
Robert Patrick.
Oh, whoa, that's a T-1000.
He was also in Peacemaker.
And, yeah, oh, God, that's right. He was Peacemaker's dad. He was also in the first episode of Stargate Atlantis.
Let's see. We've got Vivian Leigh.
Oh, wow, Vivian Leigh, okay. From, oh, God damn.
Streetcar Named
Gone
Desire.
with the Wind. I was going to say Gone with the Wind.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean that too.
Yeah.
Okay, did you guys ever watch Scrubs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
some.
Judy Reyes. Carla.
Okay.
Yeah, it's her birthday today. Let's see. Seth Gilliam from The Walking Dead. Did you guys ever watch much of The Walking Dead?
I did not.
So he was the priest in The Walking Dead. Yeah, so, okay. See, I know him because I watched The Walking Dead for a while. Okay, here's a name we're all familiar with. Armin Shimmerman.
Oh, yeah.
Quark!
The principal from Buffy.
Was he?
Yeah.
Huh. He's been in a lot. God, there was something else he was in, and I can't remember.
Yeah,
he's in Starfield.
Yeah, he does voice acting for Starfield. Let's see. Another little more niche actor here is Harris Yulin. Like, I recognize him from a bunch of stuff, but I guess the best way to identify him was he was the judge in Ghostbusters 2.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, I know exactly who you mean.
And then he was also in Ozark. Did you guys ever watch Ozark?
I didn't. He's been in a lot, though.
Yeah. He's just one of those character actors who like shows up and everything and is really fucking good.
Shit, he was in Clear and Present Danger. Scarface. Damn, he has been in everything. He was in Stuart Saves His Family.
We've got a Hemsworth. We got Luke Hemsworth.
One of your lesser Hemsworths.
Yes. He's top billed for Thor Ragnarok, although it should be Westworld, I think. Because he was like the Hemsworth in Westworld.
Mm.
Now, he played an actor playing Thor in Ragnarok.
Yeah. Natalie Schaefer from Gilligan's Island, the rich lady. Gilligan's
Really?
Island. Yeah.
Lovey Howell.
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't remember her name. What
That's
the fuck?
okay.
Gilligan's Planet? What the fuck?
Yeah, that was an animated series.
What the fuck?
It was an animated series from Filmation, and it was funny because, the lady that played Ginger wouldn't come back.
For Gilligan's Planet? You're kidding.
For Gilligan's Island. So Dawn Wells voiced both Ginger and Marianne.
Oh, okay.
I fucking watched that show and didn't think it actually existed.
Apparently
I thought
did.
I'd had a stroke.
It's on IMDb, man.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I saw it existed later, but like for a long time, I was like, no, ain't no goddamn way that was real. That was a dream.
Let's see. We got Roy Rogers.
Well.
Yeah, the singing cowboy.
He did the original version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. And, I mean, there's one other, like, actor who I recognize from a bunch of stuff, but, like, he died in the 70s, and that's John McGiver.
I know that name.
Hang on. You'll recognize him because he was in fucking everything. Midnight
my God,
Cowboy, Manchurian
yes.
Candidate, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Apple Dumpling Gang.
Yeah, no, I know the face. He's one of those, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, that's fun. I like those actors who are just the character actors who like they get in there, they do cool shit.
Oh, he's in
And
the glass bottom boat.
yeah, yeah. He's got a very distinct character actor face.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
And
just recognize it.
if me knowing him from the glass bottom boat doesn't say how old I am, I mean, goddamn.
Yeah. So those are the birthdays for today. So we had some pretty big ones, and we had some fun little character actory ones. So
Oh yeah. Oh shit, he was in Bewitched.
mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, he's just one of those that you just like recognize him from certain stuff. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's play a game. I got a fun game for us, and it's diving into a
Okay.
fan favorite subject, and by fan favorite I mean all of us are fans of the subject, and that is Muppet adaptations.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I know Halloween is over, but I'm a perpetually spooky boy. So
All the spook.
our game this time is you have to pitch a Muppet horror film, like a remake of a horror film, but with Muppets. So obviously treat this like you're an intern at Jim Henson Studios, and this is your big shot. You need to name the movie and the human actor for the the main human actor, and then of course cast some other characters. But yeah, so you're pitching a Muppet horror remake. So, anyone have an idea? Anyone want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna do like a complete list here, but
Mhm.
The Shining.
But how do you make The Shining Muppety? Because the other thing
Oh,
is
well,
like
Janice is Shelley Duvall's role, obviously.
okay,
And then God, I'm not sure who to have as Jack.
Gonzo.
Yeah, it makes sense. And the bad thing is I kind of see it as like most of the cast would end up being like the Electric Mayhem, because like Floyd Pepper would be Dick.
Now, do you have like Fozzie play the guy in the bear suit in the hotel room?
Of course. That's his one appearance is that.
So how do you find the balance between making it Muppety and staying true to the story, though? That's the hard part.
Oh God, I don't know. I'd have to leave that to better writers. And the boy would be the human. Danny would be the human.
So wait.
And
okay.
then you could do a sequel of Dr. Sleep with the Muppets.
I'd watch it. Then again, I'd watch anything Muppets.
Yeah, no, I'm there, but I do like the idea of Floyd Pepper being Scatman Crothers' role.
Got the
So
Shining.
he's yeah, man, you got the Shining. I could see that.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
All right, Mike, you got one?
Yeah.
Okay, what you got?
Misery.
Oh my God.
With Miss Piggy as the Kathy Bates character.
So who's the human? Is it you just get like
Do you just
the
keep James
Caan
Caan?
character?
Yeah. Maybe not James Caan in this day and age.
Well,
just because.
so yeah, like we're doing like mid 1990s Misery remake with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and she just karate chops his ankles.
Yeah, just how many characters? It's been a while since I've seen Misery. It's kind of like a bottle film. I can't think of a ton of
It
characters.
is.
It
I mean,
is.
there's characters at the beginning and end, of course, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I like that
Yeah.
idea. It's just this bizarre character study with Miss Piggy and James Caan.
Yeah, and to show how scant the cast is, one of the entries is Misery the Pig as itself.
Oh God.
That could be Link
Okay.
Hogthrob.
I was actually thinking Doctor Strange pork, but sure.
Yeah, well, any one of the pigs can work.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's basically 6 named characters, 7 named characters.
Okay.
Now, is it just me, Mike, or did we both just do Stephen King movies?
Yeah, we kind of did.
That's funny.
I'm not a spoopy person, so I don't have a whole.
The Muppets, The Stand.
Oh, God. That will be the entire Muppet cast, including Big Bird and Oscar. Oscar the Grouch is a trash can man.
All right. So.
All right, who's Moon though?
I don't know.
Moon. That spells.
Oh, that's Fozzie.
Mm-hmm.
That spells Waka Waka.
So, my choice is probably the safest, but I think has the most potential, and that is the Muppet Dracula. Now there are two versions. If I were casting this in the 1970s, Dracula would be played by Vincent Price.
See, I would have gone Peter Cushing, but okay, fair.
Well, yeah, I mean Vincent Price is always down with the Muppets. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah. If I'm casting it today, I'm going Pedro Pascal as Dracula.
Oh my God, I'd like to see him in a Dracula movie, hands down.
Yeah, like just in general, but have him as Dracula, Piggy as Mina Harker.
Oh my God.
Kermit as Jonathan. Gonzo as Sam the Eagle as Dr. Abraham Van Helsing.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you say who was going to be Renfield?
Oh, Renfield, probably Gonzo.
Keanu Reeves.
We can only have one human actor, right? In this question.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
so Gonzo, I gotcha.
Well, no, maybe Gonzo's too easy.
Maybe you tend to put him in everything we ask.
Yeah,
so.
well, then again, Gonzo is like an amazing character. I don't know, like who could we cast as Renfield?
Oh my God, no, Gonzo, because then he has to deal with Pepe the Prawn and Rizzo because he's trying to drink their blood.
Oh man.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, Muppets Dracula, it would be perfect. And then you can make it just goofy enough. Because again, if I'm treating this like I'm an actual person at Jim Henson Studios trying to do okay, we're gonna do a horror project. I think Dracula works to where if anyone dies, it's not too ridiculous or not too
gory.
Gory, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can just kind of buy it. Because you can have a whole opera scene where Dracula is stalking Mina in an opera or something like that, and it's, the Electric Mayhem just playing at the opera.
God.
Yeah, it just all the character roles just kind of fit into place because you got the whole, you got Quincy, you've got all the other, you got the other guys who are helping out, and you can cast core Muppets for that. With all the rats and everything like that, you can have a bunch of rats hanging around with Pedro Pascal.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, just Rizzo just kind of there hanging out, it's commenting on the action.
Oh, yeah. And Mike, I still, for some reason, I think Mike's is the best, though, because he's made this bizarre-ass student film character study thing with a pig.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. If they ever did another, Muppet Show Muppet Show, where it's the variety show, they could totally do a great Misery skit.
They could.
Yeah, I could see that as being a legit skit on a...
Can I throw in my B choice that would have been too easy?
Yeah.
And I may have brought this up on the show before, Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, so who's Hannibal?
Oh, God, we've always said the Swedish Chef.
That's right.
And
Jeremy, can you see the hamster screaming?
just killing me, Smalls. Jesus.
No, and then later when the Swedish Chef comes out wearing the face of another Muppet.
Oh yeah, you put the lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Oh, that would be, oh God, him as Buffalo Bill. Jesus,
that's who it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
because it was Elmo as
No, Elmo was just the guy. Okay, when Piggy as Clarice
Yeah.
is walking down the hall. There's one.
Oh, the
cage.
flinger.
No, there's one cage. No, that's New Zealand.
There's a
That
fish
throws
shatter.
his cum. Yeah, but and then she walks by this one cell, and you hear Elmo can smell your cunt.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fuck.
Was it just Kermit as a Hannibal?
Actually, I think it was Kermit as Hannibal.
I think like for this to work, you have to have a person like in a major role. So it's either Clarice or
Well,
it's
he's
Hannibal.
only in. Well, okay, Clarice is the human
Piggy.
then.
Well, no, I think Piggy as Clarice would be fun, and pair her up with Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter.
Oh my god! But yeah, I just
have him play Hannibal Lecter completely straight.
see, and you've played into my hands because it was all an excuse for me in my Elmo voice to say Elmo can smell your cunt. So that's the only reason I brought it up.
Yeah, because you could have Kermit as the guy who runs the FBI who sends Clarice out or whatever.
Oh yeah, okay. Who is the guy that runs the asylum?
It's Gonzo. It's always Gonzo.
He dies.
Yeah. It'd be fun to have Gonzo have a death scene.
And the custodian is the bear. The big bear.
Oh man.
You know, the big black guy that yeah. Yeah, it's
okay.
the bear.
So if Hannibal Lecter is being played by Anthony Hopkins, who's playing Buffalo Bill then?
Oh, that was a Swedish chef just for the puts lotion on its skin and it's against hers again.
Okay, yes.
Like
You know
Mike said.
You know who also would have made a good Buffalo Bill is Pepe the King Prawn.
Would you fuck me okay? I'd fuck me okay.
Will you put the lotion on, okay?
I fuck me so hard, okay?
Put the lotion in the basket, okay?
Put the lotion in the fucking basket, bitch, okay?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And him with the robe and it tucked between his legs.
Dancing to Goodbye Horses. Or, no, what you gotta do is you gotta get, like, a full body Muppet, like, with, like, the whole, like, how the Muppets do that kind of, like, that hip dance.
Sweetums.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about, like a person in there, but, like, when they do that, like, shot where the Muppet, like, you see their entire body, and it's just, like, they do that little dance where the hips just move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, you need some sort of Muppet, I'm trying to figure out who.
No, I'm sorry. You sold me on Pepe the King Prawn for Buffalo Bill now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't know, can we think of any other horror movies? Like, you can obviously take a lot of, like, the classics, like The Invisible Man or Frankenstein or whatever, but it's more fun to think about, like, the really fucked up ones.
Yeah.
Like Muppet Night of the Living Dead.
Oh my god. Oh, I don't even want to think about that one, actually. Mike, you got any others?
Not offhand, really.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the winner is probably Muppet Misery, though.
Oh, yeah. Mike, you won this one.
Yeah, it's too perfect. I appreciate it so much.
Yep. And then the whole, please don't. Hiya! You know?
Mm. Hell yeah.
Oh, God. Somebody needs to make that now.
Well, we're still falling, but I see the ground rising up to meet us. This is the end. So,
hello, ground.
My legs aren't going to survive this.
You gentlemen have anything to plug before we inevitably turn into pancakes?
Listen to Supernatural Selection. It's released on Mondays. We've got episode 100 coming up soon.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You got anything, Mike?
My broken legs and pelvis might be better than this cough.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, man. How
about you, David?
Nothing really much to plug except to listen to Supernatural Selection. I've just been so busy with freelancing stuff, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
yep.
Now I haven't figured out a positive affirmation, so I'm going to have to make up one on the spot. So, you gentlemen throw a mood that you want me to hit with my affirmation.
Calm.
Calm?
How about you, Mike? Throw another one. Make him do 2.
Shit.
2 moods in 1 affirmation.
Oh God, this is gonna be tough.
Calm yet horny.
I should have known. It's all the Percy Shelley talk.
Yes. Take some time for yourself in the coming week. Brew yourself some sleepy time tea and put on some Skinamax. You do you.
Oh, yeah, he's already going to do himself.
I feel cheated that you actually came up with one, you son of a bitch.
Yes. Good for me. All right. So we'll be back with another distraction hole in the coming week. I believe Kevin is hosting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. We're in trouble then. No, it's the Mike ones where we're in trouble.
Mike did a really good job last time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. There's a very chaotic energy to it, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, here comes the ground. Everybody say goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, shins. I hardly knew ye.
All right. Goodbye, folks. Have a great one.
Here comes the ground.